This is James. He's about 10 or 11 months old over on Birchline. He really enjoyed that stroller. There's Linda Weems behind him. There's Gail hopping. She's been half of her life with a foot bandaged up. There's Donnie, little skinny thing. Gail got her foot caught in the bicycle, the back bicycle wheel, with her cousin Sandy driving. That's Linda Weems and James. She had to go to the hospital and get it sewed up. Then she had to go have surgery because a tumor came out of the scar. Linda Weems. Donnie, looked like a war refugee. James, a little camera ham. Gail hopping. I can't remember that little girl's name. Linda Weems' daddy works here at Sears Farmers Branch. He sold us our refrigerator. Here's a little camera ham. I was going to work at Rockyfellas. Their daddy babysitted in the evening while I went to work. Donnie wore glasses then, till he was about 6 years old. He had eye surgery when he was about 4. That was a load for him to pull. There's an airplane. Their daddy'd take them to Lovefield to watch the planes taking off. Going to work again. I'd hold James as long as possible. Then when the others would take him from me, then I'd go on to work, eating watermelon out there. They always enjoyed their daddy running the film backward, and that bite that falls, the stick come back up in her hand. They're back out there on Denton Drive at Lovefield again, watching the planes take off. Yep. I'm doing the audio on this here on February the 27th of 1986 at 8 o'clock p.m. on a Thursday. Used to, those planes would take off so loud with such force. I worked at Rockyfellas and they'd knock the clock off the wall. There I go to work again. Gail run out there to tell me bye. That's Mama's used to be stepkids. That's when she's married to Leroy. I don't know that guy in the trailer. That's Sam, though, there. We was helping them move. There's Donnie back there. Then that's, I forget what that little, that's Shirley. And Richard is a little boy. Then James, they're taking him apart. And the oldest one was Doris Faye, the girl, the blonde girl. Poor little James. Yeah, that's Shirley and Gail. And Richard back behind there, and Granny and Leroy. He's feeling loving and she wasn't. I think they both had a little bit too much to drink. That's Doris, his oldest girl. It's some boy that was helping them move. She always has to pop somebody. She's been that way all her life. She's getting them all lined up there. That's Helene and Buddy. That's me in the background, I think. That's James on his first birthday. I was working that night, so they took those pictures where they could show me later. I worked at Rockefeller's. That's Gail. Watch how quick that candle disappears. He really enjoys that cake. Little Donnie's sitting there watching. We lived on Birch Lawn. 13846 Birch Lawn. Sure looks good to eat now. It was a white coconut cake. There's James. That was, I'd already had a car wreck, tore up the car, and he had glass in his knees. That's a family reunion of, in the white dress, Aunt Lyra, and the blue dress facing us, Aunt Ruby and Aunt Myrtle looking the other direction. That's Helene, blue dress, and Aunt Mary McElroy in the pale blue looking this way. Uncle Dewey in the checkered shirt back behind. Most of them are all dead now. There's Kim in the red and white dress. And there's Warren back behind the tree. Uncle Hugh there. There's Uncle Dudley down there on the ground. Uncle Bud there. Buddy and who's that? Uncle Hugh rubbing his stomach. There's Warren. And there's me and Gail and Helene and Mildred. Gail had on glasses there, and Helene reaching to get more food. And I think the one in checkered shirt is one of Alvis's little girls. And that is Ted's wife. And that's, I don't know who that in purple, I think that's Ted's, might be in their little girl. It's Buddy. Sam kept thinking he'd turn around and laugh or something, but he was sitting there loading the camera and he never did look around. We thought he'd finally turn around this way. There's Helene, look at that bite. She's getting that bite. And that's Agnes in the peach colored dress and a little girl in between, I'm not for sure. Uncle Dudley and Aunt Ruby. There's Kim, Connie's little girl. She's real cute. Helene and Aunt Lyra looking this way in a white dress. Had a lot of food there. There's Sam. This must have been taken in 61. There's John Lee and Donnie, I think that other one was, or James one. Aunt Ruby and Uncle Dudley and Warren. There's Agnes, I know, in the peach-colored dress with Mildred. She looks so cute there. This is made at Lake Dallas. Off down there, going down the freeway, and it's off to the left when you get just about to Lake Dallas. Uncle Dewey McElroy. He's deceased. Sam is. Most of them are. That's J.L. Daniels in his younger days. I think that's Gail up here, real close. Sam again. That's Glenda. She and her husband, she was pregnant with that baby. Then when she had that, the baby is 10 months old, she's pregnant again, and she was killed in a car wreck on the Mansfield Highway, her and her unborn baby. That's a car wreck I had. I turned the car over, they said 3 times, down here on Harry Hines and Forest Lane, and they pulled us out through the windshield. The car landed on its side, and James was in the front seat in his car seat, and Donnie was in the back seat. I turned around to spat his hand for sticking a toy out the window and told him he could cause me have an accident. And he couldn't walk for a while. He said, every time I bend over, it feels like I've had a shot. There's James. Because our Ford got tore up, but then we got a Crown Victoria from the wrecking yard that bought our car. Gail and James. They're sweet. Donnie. Chevrolet. When we sold it, when we lived on Wicker, their daddy, that's the motor. He took the picture of the motor sent to Sydney when he was over there in Thailand. That's why we got so much of the motor. But he finally sold a Chevrolet for $50 and had a big wrench where you could shift gears in the floorboard, and the man paid him for the $50. Here he come back a couple hours later wanting his $50 back. So we gave it back to him, but he sent someone else out that bought the car. He said he decided that wasn't just what he wanted. That's me in green like pants. That's me coming with my mama in the white dress. Me had my neck cracked, and that's my stepdad, Leroy. That's after when I turned. I sure had a cute waistline. Waistline. It's wasteland. There's Gail and Donnie and Shirley and Richard and little James. Leroy and me. James had glass in his knees, but he's trying to walk then. He's 14 months old then. Little belly button showing. Doris. She didn't want her picture taken. That's Leslie Shackelford. She's engaged to Sydney. She was a darling girl. She sure fit into the family. She had made a wonderful sister-in-law. I think that's Donnie waving. That's Doris and Leslie back there. Yeah, that's Donnie and Gail. No, that's Shirley there. One behind is Gail. That's James. That's Sam. James is toddling. Gail in the blue dress. That's Mama and Leslie back there, and Gail. Mama was a real cute size. That's Sam and Gail. Her daddy sure loved her, and she sure loved her daddy. Leslie is such a pretty girl. Mama is real cute, pretty there. There's James. He liked his ninny bottle. He really loved that ninny. He'd walked over there to his daddy. Now I think he's walking back to me. There he went down. That's Sam and Farmer in the middle. Then some friend of theirs working on a car. There's Mary, Farmer's wife, and their little girl. That's their two little girls. That's their little girl Gail's holding, and Donnie and Gail in the background. Mary's two little girls, and she had a pretty good sized girl. She was a rough old gal, that Mary was. There's nothing she didn't do. There's her little girl, then James is pretty close to the same age. That was one of their friends in the blue shirt. Donnie. We lived on Birch Line here too. Gail in the purple dress. Donnie and Gail in the garage. That's Howard and Wanda and Kay and Tommy. Tommy was little bitty Bella. There's Wanda. She gets choked. She has that asthma real bad. That was our car we bought in Crown Victoria. Howard. Kay. There's Chevrolet. There's James. Here he comes. Got his little army man in his hand. He fell down. Got up and fell down again. Had a double car garage and still couldn't put either car in the garage. It was too crowded with a boat and toys. Here he comes, squeezing those little fist. So, Chevrolet. Looked awful, but it ran good. There's James. Look at the seat of his breeches. Bottom of his feet. There's Donnie, just a running. There's Donnie. There's Gail and Donnie and James, and that's Cheryl and Gaynell and Randy in the brown shirt. They must have been down visiting. There's Grandma Martin. There's Gaynell back behind. There's Alta Bay. Grandma and Leola there. There's me standing back there in the blue. There's Donnie waving. Gail. We still living on Birch Line. Gaynell dancing, going around Cheryl in her mother's lap. Cheryl's 7 months older than James. Leola's so pretty and trim. There's Sam and Donnie and Grandma and Randy and Alta Faye. They're telling us bye. Looks like Gaynell will be pretty dizzy by now. There goes Cheryl now. There's Donnie. Donnie was a little camera hand. He liked his picture made all the time. Grandma and Donnie holding James. Randy there. Gaynell still going around. Sam. They're out. I guess they're fixing to go home. There's Gaynell dancing around. There's Grandma carrying her pillow. She always had her pillow. Leola back there. There's Randy. James there at the front of the car. And they had a car just like the one that I turned over, only a different color. There's Randy and James sitting down, fixing to get up, and there's Cheryl and Randy. They're looking at something or doing something over there. Donnie. There's Grandma's. Grandma passed away in October of '85. Leola passed away in November, day after Thanksgiving, '85. Cheryl and Gaynell. Camera hand Donnie. That's Alta Bay and Donnie, and they're fixing to leave. It's Leola. That's Christmas of '61. There's Gail and Donnie opening the gifts. That's still on Birchline, I think. We moved on Wicker in February. Wait a minute now. No, John Lee was born in May of '61, so that's December of '60 when that was made. Because that's about 5 months before Johnny was born. There's Donnie and James and Gail back there. Their daddy was pulling James in his wagon. There he goes. They had way too many things for Christmas. All the kids did. Donnie had him a little gun of some kind. Oh, James is looking at it. It's a wonder he hadn't broke his neck. Oh, there. He hadn't done anything. He just looked cute standing in the corner. It was cruel of us doing that. Poor little fella. Somebody should have put us in a corner for doing it. There's Daddy. Oh, he is crying. Here in a little bit, when his daddy does it again, he's really broken-hearted. Oh. He's snubbing. He knew he hadn't done anything wrong. Uh-oh. He never does lose his diaper. He's about to lose it, it looks like. The law of gravity was holding it up. Almost loses it. Gail showing her pretty doll she got. James is proud of his little wagon. James says he's ashamed of that picture now, but I think it's cute. He says, "You embarrass me, Mama." There, I'm putting some more breeches on him. I was kind of little then. Had a lot more hair then anyway. Donnie and Gail, little James. Donnie, that was a little dance of some kind. There he goes again. I think that's a doll that one of the boys, that's Uncle Lee, one of the boys cut all the doll's hair off. That's Sam, holding something. There's James. And Donnie was down there where Uncle Lee lived. That's Wayne, their cousin, ain't Esther. And their cousin, that's Wayne's daughter. That's Mike in the cowboy hat. And that's Gail, and the biggest one, the little one, is one of their cousins. They're petting. There's Wayne. He lived in Fort Worth. That was his daughter. That's Mike on the horse. He always favored Sydney. I always thought he did. And his mother, Nona, his sister's Nona. His mother, that's his daddy, Uncle Otto. But his mother always favored Granny. That's Uncle Pete that gave us Pudgy. That's Grandpa's brother. And Aunt Uncle Pete and Aunt Esther and Wayne, that's their son, holding James. Yeah, that's Uncle Pete. That's Nona's baby, and that's Hazel. I think she favors Mama just a whole lot. She was a darling little baby. I think she's grown and married now. Doing some high stepping there. That's Hazel. Her husband Otto, he's Grandpa's brother too. That's Uncle Otto's second family. His first family, he had Lucille and Donald. That's me being pregnant before James was born. Before Johnny was born. That's down there at Otto's house. That's Winona. That's their daughter. That's Doc sitting back there. We're at Leola's house there in St. Joe now. He's dead. He died 2 or 3 years ago in July. There's Becky Shoemake in front. Gail went to school with her. After she grew up, seemed like I'm saying everybody died, but after she grew up, she was shot and killed by a robber that robbed a service station where she was cashier. I don't know if they ever found who done it. There's Sam. Get me a gardenia. That's Sarah. They was here at the house. We had the tetherball out there on the patio. And that's Donnie. And that's Karen. James and Randy, and there's Peggy. Oh, Randy had to take a pinch there. Sarah, yeah. That's Karen, yeah. She's sweet. Sarah's dress is about to come up. They like that well water. They drank that whole time they were here, too. There's James. So sweet. That's out there at Bachman Lake. There's Grandma looking the other way, and that's me and Gray Pants and Piggy just in running around on the left, and Randy's sitting there. I get dizzy looking at this. Donnie's in a green shirt, and Altafa's in the white top. Randy in brown. I think James is sitting by Aunt Faye. There's Sarah and me. That's when John Lee was first born. There's James. That poor little fella. That was mean of us. He was really boo-hooing and crying here. It just makes me want to cry, see, because we done that, put him in the corner. I feel real bad about it now. He's so broken-hearted because he hadn't even done anything, but he just looked cute. There's Aunt Joe and Uncle Otis and Sandy and Debbie and Judy and Dennis. That's John Lee. She's holding John Lee. He's just about 6 weeks old there. There's Sandy. Pigtails is Judy. Dennis is on the left, and Debbie's just in past by Dennis. There's Judy and Dennis. Dennis gets right there in front there. There's Debbie on the right-hand side. And I guess that's Gail and Sandy right behind. Sandy's holding John Lee. Yeah, there's little Debbie listening to the radio. Dennis and little James back behind there. And Sandy's holding Johnny, and Gail's there. They're fixed to leave. We used to visit each other, and each one of us had 4 kids and had 8 kids together, but they didn't seem like it was a lot of kids. I couldn't take it now, but we really enjoyed visiting each other. We didn't get to see each other but once or twice a year. The kids all played real good. Aunt Jo sitting there in her sundress. She's so pretty and so little there. Her leg was bothering her, though, even then. Aunt Jo was giving their kisses goodbye. That's Janetta's family. That's Joe and Janetta. She'd had her arm broke, and the other was Louise's kids. That I forget their name. The one in striped is one of her boys. That's James Cooper. And that's the twins. That's John Lee. They gave him that little girl dress, so that's the only time he got to wear it. And that was Janetta's mother, Miss Rowland. And that's the nephew in the checkered shirt, Louise's boy. James Cooper always acting silly. Martin, the twist was popular. That's Louise, that's Janetta's sister. Janetta fell down, I think, on her job and broke her arm. Gail with her ice cream popsicle thing. A lot of arms waving. Janetta might have fell down on the front porch and broke that wrist. I forget just how she broke it. I think she fell at work and broke her leg one time. That's Alan sitting down and Johnny. They've always been close, really buddy buddies. That's Gaynell there. And Cheryl right there by her. They've always been beautiful kids. And Uncle Lee. I can't think of who that little girl there is. Uncle Lee, he's pretty proud of all them. There's James. That's made at St. Joe, little Alan, Cheryl. There's Lil and Hazel. Lil taking Alan. Oh, the kid's working, spanking Cheryl. That's Doc. He didn't want his picture made. I can't see who that other guy is. Yeah, that was down there. St. Joe. There's Gaynell jumping, Cheryl, James, Uncle Lee, and Doc on the other side. That's Leroy and Mama. That's when she's married to Leroy. There's the family, his kids. There's Leroy and there's Richard and Shirley over there. I bet you she pops one of them. There's Gail holding John Lee. There's Donnie. About got them all there together. Little Johnny. Gonna stand him up there. Leroy's getting something out of the car. There's Gail. She's telling her bye. That's me holding Johnny. And Johnny's, he wasn't very old. He just was sitting alone. The light was bright on him. They're all sitting out there on the pallet. Donnie with his 6-shooter. Gail was waving. I was going to work again. I think I showed my fat leg. James and Johnny. It was kind of cold that day. I don't know, it looks like he was holding him. James Cooper on top, and there's James getting in, James Dean getting in the car. There's Gail in the black skirt. Must have been windy or kind of cold that day. Somebody was running in the house. I can't see for sure who that is. That's James Cooper. He committed suicide a few years ago. That's Linda Sims from across the street. Her daddy drove a cab. Green Cab Company, I think. There's Tricia McCord, Linda Sims, Gail. I can't see who else that is. Here comes James Cooper. Gail's jumping, I think. That biggest one, Martin. Well, I imagine she's got a stowed up foot. There's Gail, Donnie, James, and Johnny. And James kicking them legs, and that's John Lee. I think I've got some of these movie film in the wrong place. I think this one should have. He's smaller now than he was a while ago, so I had him turn around and look at James. I think he's wanting John Lee to look at the camera. James liked to get in his swing or in his bed or in the playpen or something. He enjoyed those. I just had 2 babies. That's me holding Johnny. James Cooper and John Lee. That was Halloween, I guess. That's Gail and Donnie over there. I presume that must be Donnie. That's Joe and Janetta and me. Was playing canasta. It's me holding John Lee, Esther May, and Willie. He was upset there, Stephen, James, and Johnny. Steve, Willie, Johnny, and James. Steve and Willie Harden. James was afraid that Willie was going to touch Johnny. He was really protecting Johnny. He didn't want him touching his little brother. Esther May. She had a rough life, and she sure shows it. She just looks rough. She had a wild life, too. That must have been Christmas of '61 on Wicker Street. Sam and the boys. James. I don't know if it shows on the film or what this part's been broken out, but he had a bow stuck to the seat of his pants. No, I guess that part of the film it's so brittle, a lot of it's been broken. Oh, John Lee and his daddy. Sam won that divan, that gray one. Simmons is at a union drawing. He got first prize. James trying to open that present. My old sewing machine. I've still got, there's got a clip, just a quick glimpse of that bow. The earlier films, you could see more of it. There's Sam and the boys. Joe, Cooper, Gail. Their kids was always real close. James Cooper, Joe, Sam tripping over somebody. There's Mama was over there that time. Janetta holding Johnny, and there's Gail. Grandmama there. She was real trim and slim. I don't know if that's Mama dancing with Joe or Janetta dancing with him. That might have been Janetta. No, that's Mama. They both might have had on a gray skirt. I don't know. Johnny. Mama holding James, or James sitting right by her. She's putting something together he got. There's Sam. Hanging up, holding up the Christmas ornament. There's little James with his toy around his neck. His daddy hammering on something. The boys watching him. John Lee. Gail. Bonnie, he'd got looked like an Etch-a-Sketch. His daddy trying to get him look up. Trying to get him to look around and laugh. James sitting on the pot. He's really getting with it. Imagine he's sitting down there in the water. He's reaching for his paper. He says, "You embarrassed me, Mama, with those pictures." All four of them, oh, they're all ready for church. Everybody's all dressed up. We took each other's picture while we was dressed up. I think that was on Easter. Must have been Easter of 62, I guess. Because he's getting about a year old, I guess. That's Daddy Moselle. He didn't want his picture made, really. John Lee crawling and getting up, and that's James. Back there is John and Barbara Arnold's kids, the little girl, and her brother holding her. Johnny. It's a wonder Johnny hadn't had a broken neck. That's Barbara Arnold's little boy holding the little girl, little Pat, and John Lee sitting right by him. Then that's little Pat Arnold. She wasn't about 5, 6 weeks old. Uncle Charlie and Aunt Ruby. They thought they had to hold so still and get their picture made. They lived on Caldwell then, 1312 Caldwell Street, over in East Dallas. Uncle Charlie's brother left him that house, duplex, to be passed on to Howard. That's Goodyear Blimp, and that was James in the wagon. There's James sitting out there on Wicker with a tub of water, got his blue boat in there. There's a playpen. Johnny was in the playpen. I believe James is in there too, or he gets in there. Looks like the whole side's busted out. There's Joe and John Lee on John Lee's first birthday, because James's white cake didn't show up so much, so we put chocolate frosting on John Lee's cake, and put a sheet over the picnic table on the patio. I think the kids might have helped get some of that chocolate on him to start with. Joe and Janetta was down there, and we made some pictures. That high chair back behind is one that Mama had got Gail when Gail was a baby. Probably before she was born, about the time she was born. Johnny crawls through his cake now, trying to get someone to take him here in a minute. No one would take him. Yeah, he wants someone to take him. He can't imagine why no one will take him. If James is crawling up there too. One thing about it, out there, all you had to do is take the water hose to him and get him washed off. I think that was an angel food cake with just chocolate frosting on it. I think I saw someone else smear a little bit, so that's why I don't think he done it all himself. He wants someone to take him again. That's me and their daddy and Gail and John Lee. Was all getting into the bite of it. Little James. There's Joe. He's got his leg in there. I don't know. Gail put it in there or whether he already had it in there. Yeah, that foot sticking up there in his cake. All right, Joe was down again. They was fixed to leave again. Little Debbie's got her hair rolled up, and Dennis has got cap on, and Sandy was twisting, and there's Gail. James out there at the car, and Uncle Otis, he's got his undershirt on. He's fixing to go again. We always hate to see him leave. Sandy, she's always so grown up like, and there's little Debbie in front. Aunt Joe, she had her leg hurt from falling down the dam, I think. She's so little there. Now that's Mr. and Miss Sparks and James and Johnny. Mr. and Miss Sparks was our neighbor over on Cardinal Drive before I ever got married. That's John Lee jumping on his horse. There's Donnie and Johnny. There's James. I can't tell really who that is. Gail and Donnie, I think. Yeah, James and Johnny riding in the wagon. Johnny always sucked on them two fingers and usually pumped that little finger with his other hand. I guess he thought he'd get more out that way. Little James is pulling Johnny. Somebody must have took Johnny out of the wagon, and James got real upset. He was really crying. There he got him in the wagon again. He's happy. His daddy's working on the car there. Now Johnny Lee's on the horse, and James is crying. Something didn't go his way. Gail, That's Dick and Louise. That's Sydney's daddy and stepmother. They came over and Donnie out there. Dick always seemed real happy when he was around some of us. We wasn't around him much after we got grown. John Lee was probably about a year old. He married Louise and she had children, so we just never was around him hardly. Then him and Mama, Sydney, was the only child they had. Donnie, I don't know if he was choking James or what. There James is in the playpen with Johnny. That's Aunt Beatrice Foster and her two grandchildren. I think those were Dooley's children. I think she lived on Afton Road. That's Beatrice's daughter-in-law. The twist was popular then. Oh, she's getting with it. Aunt Beatrice is slim there. Pretty little old girls. That's Louise Latham. That was a quick glimpse of her. That's Cleve and Sue. They's down from Arizona. That was at Grandma's house. That's Alta Faye. Then Grandma. And that's Aunt Thelma, Wake's wife. I don't know who that lady is. One of the relatives. That was at Thelma's house, just down the street from Grandma's house. I don't know who he was either. It's Sarah, Grandma, and some of our kids in the swing. Look like Donnie and some of them. Thelma, there's John Lee. He fell down. James and Johnny. That's Sarah and Adrian. Kind of rare to get his picture. He's a truck driver, but he's retired now. Bald, headed, but he always wore his hat. Always had beautiful teeth. I think we was fixing to leave that day. That's Peggy, I guess, down there. Old Adrian taking off in his truck. Oh, that's Betty. That's Wake and Thelma's daughter and her husband and two children. Little girl, then the little boy. They was down in Crosbyton that day we were down there. It's Betty holding her little boy. He favors Johnny. That's Johnny and James. They's out the paddle boats. All of us, usually when Cleve and Sue came down, we always went out there at Balkman, or when she's just got James and Johnny there. He's telling them bye. His daddy's sitting there playing with him. He slapped his daddy. This girl, we didn't know her, but her little girl was real cute, so we just took a picture of him. That's me sitting there with Johnny. John Lee would go out there and put her pallet down, let them play out there. Now the chiggers would kill us all. Mosquitoes. I believe that's Gail. And James, probably. There's Donnie and Johnny, and that was Gail being over there. That's me sitting over there in black, I think. That might be Gail in the red light dress. James, I see him. Aunt Polly and Uncle Jack and her granddaughter Johnny Lee. My Johnny Lee was named after her. This was made in Houston when they lived down there. Johnny Lee gone out there. I think somebody turned the trash over. And Uncle Jack, them's backing out. That's Kay Fisher. Howard and Wanda. They's visiting us again. Little Tommy. Had 2 cute kids. Little James. Kay and Tommy and James and Johnny had him around the neck. Little Donnie. Little Johnny going off down the sidewalk. He's telling them bye, and he's toddling on down. Little Tommy and James got him some water in his wagon. Kids was always going down the street to Joe and Janetta's. It's me and Wanda. Looked like I had a bruise on my arm. John Lee he'd got his hand cut somehow. I know that's real sanitary. Look how dirty the bandage is. Had some stitches in his finger. That's Linda and Max's little boy. They live across the street from us where the Mexicans live now. There's Linda. That's Uncle Wake. That's Grandma's brother. That was the last trip we made out there before he passed away from cancer. So Cleve and Sue was down there. There's Danny, Donnie. They're trying to round up all the kids, get the pictures made. Peggy slinging her arms. She looked like she's all arms and legs. And there's Danny and Donnie scuffling. But they got Grandma and all the grandkids. That's Judy. That's Sue. Grandma and Judy and Gail. She got on Randy. That's Karen. That's Cleve and Sue. Cleve. Yeah, they're about to get them all lined up there. Grandma, she's trying to round up the last one. That's Peggy is holding John Lee, and James is getting in front of Judy. It's Donnie and Danny and Peggy and Judy. It's Grandma back. Oh, she was proud to have all them grandkids there with her. Randy on the lower right, then Karen, James in front of Judy. John Lee in front of the other one. Sue, someone got her back in. That's Sarah. Gail and Grandma. That's at Grandma's house on West Aspen. They're at the paddle boats. They was down here then. James is getting in there. Here's Johnny and Donnie and John Lee in the chair over there. Look how thin Donnie is. He's really skinny. Donnie headed him back this other way. Their daddy, James and Johnny. It's Patsy Temple and Bill Temple. I worked with them at the biscuit company. There are 5 children. 2 of them were twin girls. I used to know their names. Brenda, there's one in pink, reddish pink, I think. Linda and Glenda, I think, were the twins' names. John Lee and his cowboy boots and the water hose. That's the way he learned to walk, carrying that water hose. He's still got one of his cowboy boots out here in the garage. There he coming toward the camera. Fell down. He liked them cowboy boots. Grass didn't have a chance to grow when they were little like that. Like that song goes, don't worry, it'll grow back. Here's a pretty lawn over there now. Peach tree was in bloom. It was half peach and half plum. It was a grafted tree, and that was pudgy. Yeah, the grass grew back now. It's a real pretty lawn over there, and the kids are all grown. No one to play on the grass now. It's a loblolly then, though. Donnie taking them both home. That's old Sot. Some people from Louisville we knew, Leonard and Abby. She was always real pretty, had beautiful hair. That was me, then Abby. We used to play penny poker all the time. That's Sam. It's me and there's Sam there. That's Frances Thacker and her daughter, her youngest one, Debbie. That's John Lee. That's Butch Thacker. That's Lewis's brother. He favored Sydney. That's who's that? That's Abby, I believe. That's Janetta, and that's Terry when he was little. That's me sitting with my hair rolled up, and that's Terry. He's just a little baby. There's Johnny and James. Had them dressed in matching cowboy shirts. That's Leola and Doc and me. Office looking blouse. My hair looks so red. Look at them big roses. Of all places, it looked awful. I had to have a dye on my hair. It's Leola. Looks like the tree is really shuffling around there. That's Joan Butler and one of her kids. I guess that's Charles Butler on this side. He's an old sock drunkard. That's James on the other side, I think. That was a little girl she had. 2 little girls she had. It's me. You can tell my hair's getting mighty thin there. That's Donnie. He's really growing up. It's Gail. And John Lee. Sure, that's Gail. I don't know who that is at the door. It's Donnie. I think he's across the street. It looks like the Meeks house over there. There's Johnny. Must be Donnie and James out there. That's Leonard and Abby and their kids again. He's still sotting, still drinking. It's me back there. There's some friend of theirs. I don't know who he was. I don't know who was playing with the camera for it to be flashing back and forth. That's Goins, Jimmy, Onafay Goins, and they had 2 kids, a little boy, a little girl. I think the little girl's name was Kelly. That's James and Johnny and me. Jimmy, they came by the house to visit for a little while. I worked with Onafay at the biscuit company, and that's Sam, Johnny and James. James and Johnny, I'd put them in the bathtub to let them take their bath, and that way they could play in there and get them. Then I'd go in there and just finish cleaning them up a little bit, washing each other's backs. By the time they got through playing, all I had to do is just put the finishing touches on. We're back out in West Texas at an Easter egg hunt. That's James going around the tree. And that's Frida, Aldafay's younger girl. And that's James, and there's Frida and Peggy. Peggy has to scratch in a minute. Who's that? That might be Karen. I don't know. It's me sitting back there, and James, and that's Aldafay. She's kind of looking for Easter eggs too. That might be Randy. I don't know. That's Sarah. That's all in Grandma's backyard. It's me, and that's Peggy, I believe. Sarah and Pay. Little James was a-running. He's getting them Easter eggs. There must be one up high there. Frida is Aldafay's little girl. She's grown and married now. It's Randy. He must have gotten in trouble about something again. Peggy coming down the slide. That's Donnie. That's... No? Sam. It's Peggy. I guess the other one must be Karen. Don Peggy spanking her Aunt Faye. That might... Somebody's cutting up with the camera. I think when the kids had the camera. Karen's in there too, I'm quite sure. There's Randy. James and Randy and the little dog. That must be, I think that's Karen. Yeah, she chased Karen down. Oh, well, that must be in Arizona or New Mexico one. James. There's Donnie walking around Gale out here. No, that's Arizona. That's Superstition Mountain. Uncle Cleve took us all to when we were out there. I think that's where that's at. Mountains were beautiful, but there's no way you could get the beauty with a camera. Johnny, then Gail would stop at these outside the road and look at all this beautiful scenery. See the birds, looks like the birds flying over. What's going on down the road there? I'm still not for sure where that's at. Oh, that had to be Arizona. Yeah, there's Me and Gail and Judith and Sue earlier. Kind of thinking that was Petrified Forest, but it might not have been. It's Gail and me over there at the sink, then Johnny and James. It's over there on Wicker Street. James is showing something he got. That looked like over on Birchline, but surely not. There they were down here again. We was back up to Bachman. Donnie and Danny in the paddle boat. Gail and Judy's in the paddle boat now. You rented them things by the hour, and it's the longest hour you ever did paddle. Your feet did get tired. There's Sue and I. James looking back over there, and paddle boat driver pulling them out of the water. They used to be real popular out there at Bachman. I don't know if they have them now or not. There's Danny, there's Cleve and Sue. They was fixing to leave. I think they were going to go to Six Flags that day. So she's a kid, her and Cleve. Yeah, or maybe they had been to Six Flags. It's Christmas time again. James. It's Peggy, I think, and must be Karen. I'm not for sure. Let me see. There's Leola, and myself, Gaynell and Cheryl, I guess. Yeah, there's Cheryl. It's Alan looking at his mama. John Lee. Yeah. Somebody's Cheryl, Leola, Gaynell, Aunt Ruby and Uncle Charlie on their 50th wedding anniversary. They had a 60th wedding anniversary also. That might have been their 60th wedding anniversary. I guess it was. That's Hazel. And that was a lot of people came. That's Howard and James and Johnny, of course, and that's some of their cousins, and Aunt Lily. I'm not for sure who some of them were. Aunt Lily and Uncle Hugh were there, and some of their relatives. Sam. That's Uncle Hugh. I think that's Carla Sue holding her little girl. That's... I don't know who some of those are. Hazel. Now this is... I'm not for sure. Oh, that's Grand Canyon. So this is Arizona. That other must have been... might have been New Mexico. I don't know. But this is Grand Canyon. We was out there in 1956 and also 1965. So this was 65. There's Gail. Since it's me in a plaid-like dress, and Donnie, and there's John Lee. It's a wicked-looking thing looking straight down, and just really something to see. Going over it in a plane's nothing like just going down there and stopping and getting out and looking around. It's beautiful. Sam, we had a black coming back from Arizona and was parked out there along this West Texas highway. Kids was running wild. Their daddy couldn't even concentrate on changing the tire with the kids around him, so they took off down this little dirt road. They was out playing. Looks like some kind of plants, cotton or something. Oh, there's Barbara and Jamie. That's Jim's girls, and that's Lisa, I guess. That's the Alfay's little youngest girl. There's Gail. There's at Grandma's house. I think that's Barbara, and that's Randy. I think that's John Lee. That's me, John Lee, jerking away from me. There's little Lisa. Yeah. John Lee was wanting to push her. No, that's Jane. No, that's Johnny. That's Grandma there and Sam, Randy. Oh, we'd brought those cactus back from Arizona, and he was planting Grandma's fire out there in the backyard. I don't think they ever lived, but they were pretty ones. Wicked. Yeah, he planted them for him. There's a good picture of Grandma. There's a good picture of James. They're getting bigger there. There's Aunt Faye and Grandma and Barbara and Gail and Peggy and Alfay and her youngest, Lisa. Adrian coming out. Sarah. James and Johnny. I don't know why he's brushing his head. Jamesy. I believe this is it.